Hey everybody, welcome back into the Dota2Canada Cup Season 6 group stages. We are here with our second game of the evening, and a pretty important one for NoT today. They'll go up against Boreal Esports, who are, I believe, mathematically eliminated after going down to Slayers of the Gods in the last game. And of course, Slayers of the Gods sitting at 1-1 here. So an important game for NoT today to stay and keep pace with everyone else in the current group. So we'll have to see how things do turn out as we get into the game. Like I said, my name is Malt. We're here on moonducktv. I'm joined alongside Lurker Derp on stats. Pitmuckle is back with production as well as observing. And we have Purge Gamers, of course, doing the analysis. We'll jump into the draft here. Purge, how are you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling pretty good. Excited to watch the next game. That was the first game I've seen on the patch from a professional player standpoint, or at least an amateur player standpoint. So interested to see how the bans develop. Looks like Tusk's still getting banned here. I think that's something maybe just a bit of a precaution here. And TA as well. I actually was surprised TA was not nerfed more in the patch.
Yeah, you mentioned that in your patch notes. I think you specifically talked about the ancient stacking and usage of the side blades for the TA and how effective that is.
And not just that, but also AoE damage from magic stacking is nerfed as well. So farming large camps is also good for TA. Both are still very good for TA, and it was nerfed for everybody else, which technically is a buff to TA.
Right. I mean, even Shadow Fiend, who was nerfed, I wouldn't say pretty hard. They nerfed his raised mana cost, and I think they gave him an Aghanim Scepter upgrade. There might be even more to add to that I know of. But he's still getting banned out first phase. And like you said, Tusk getting banned out too, and he got nerfed. Not the heaviest nerf in the world, but still a nerf is a nerf. So some of these things, it's kind of strange that they're still getting picked banned, but this is like the second game that I've casted. It's like the 5th or 6th game overall on this patch that is played on a ticket professionally. So honestly, we have no idea. Like, we're just getting into like the shallow end of this update at this point. Like our toes are in the pool, if you will, if I can use a metaphor.
You may use a metaphor.
Thanks.
Lena's going to be the first pick from Boreal Esports. Is that going to be... I forgot the item again. What's it called?
Aether Lens.
Is this another Aether Lens game? Buffs up 3 of her abilities. I think I read a Reddit post about it. The Dragon Slave goes 1400 range.
Dear Lord. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And so Aether Lens only works on AoE abilities that are like you click your button and like it AoEs essentially. So that's Epicenter, Ravage, Poison Nova. I might be ground targeted AoE as well. Like I'm not sure if it does anything with Light Strike or
her range of how far you can cast it from your center is buffed.
Okay.
So it does buff things like Light Strike Array, Crystal Nova, targeted AoEs that hit the ground. It definitely increases them.
Does that increase? Does it also? So it gives you an 8% additional spell damage, and so does does it affect the AoE spells like Poison Nova or not? Okay. So that part
should,
it does.
but not the AoE of them.
Okay, I got you. I understand.
So
that would be a little bit
pretty good
ridiculous.
item on Lena.
Yeah.
Only downside is it doesn't do much for her other than like mana pool, I guess. HP regen isn't really needed, and the magic resistance is okay, but not amazing. Maybe it's alright this game because of Quap. The more I look at Aether Lens, the more I just think it's alright. It's going to be like Lotus Orb, how everybody thought it was going to be the most amazing item ever, and then it ends up being something very situational.
Yeah. That's how I felt about Silver Age when it first came in the game. And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm an idiot. This ability or this item rather is just not great. It's just not the best thing. I mean, this is like standard 6.85 drafting right now. There's nothing exciting here. Remember Spirit Atlantic, Queen of Pain, and Earthshaker. Who cares? Let's see some new heroes here. There's a Terrablaze, Oracle, and there's Earth Spirit. Come on now. One of you guys can play one of those heroes.
Yeah, Ember's still so good, though.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't have vision, but still very good counter against Queen of Pain. That's going to reflect a lot of damage.
That change doesn't do much. I mean, the lack of vision, I mean, it hurts, certainly, but he is still a very strong hero. I mean, all of his abilities own, essentially. I don't know.
They did change Daedalus, though. It crits slightly more often, but it does slightly less damage. So I would argue that it has less likelihood of essentially... It does slightly less Echo Slammy effects when people are really grouped with Battle Fury. You won't crit as hard, so you're not going to get as much pure damage cleaving around in there. So I think it should balance out his Sleight of Fist a bit.
That's fair. I'm just waiting for like the first big pick, the first big like shocker. Obviously, I don't see Huskar getting picked anytime soon because he's been nerfed into the ground. Oracle could come, but a lot of people have told me that hero is just bad now. Like, it's just not a good hero anymore after some of the changes they've made. which
I
think
kind
is
of
fair.
agree. I think Oracle's only good if you can participate in kills and win the fights. If you do that, he becomes very good, but he has really bad passive farming. So unless you can send your carry to the jungle, he has no way to catch up and get ahead. I think he's actually not that great of a hero right now.
What about Kunkka? Like, everyone was talking before the patch, and they're saying, my sources tell me Kunkka's going to be the next hero, the next big one. And they changed him to a decent amount. They gave him
I mean,
a good couple of buffs, but...
Yeah, he got buffed. He can safe lane farm if you want him to, but the problem is that Glimmer Cape counters him so hard. If X gets casted on somebody, you're like, oh, I wonder who he's going to go on. And you Glimmer Cape that guy, and then the whole combo does so much less damage.
That's a good point. Wow, I can't believe that one of them just literally makes him useless. That's pretty funny.
It's actually a lot of heroes if you think about it. Anybody that has delayed damage, like Sand King, if you epicenter in and you sandstorm in a group of AoE, if they're not all stunned, somebody's going to Glimmer Cape the guy that did get stunned, and then all of a sudden he takes like 300 less points of magic damage.
Right, and it's crazy because when have we seen Sand King picked? Like, when's the last time you saw Sand King?
Yep,
Never.
Since before Glimmer, basically.
All right, this is fun. Ogre's fine. I'm completely okay with this hero because we don't see him as much. I mean, he does get picked occasionally, but I like him a lot. He's got good HP regen now. They buffed it even more, I believe.
Yeah.
By 1, so he's up to 3.5.
He's about the same as what he was before. I still think he's a pretty good hero. You could maybe argue that Aether Lens is okay on him. It's all right. Fire Blast range got nerfed, so increasing that range will be pretty good. Ignite already is very, very far away. I actually do kind of like the lens on him now that I think about it. He's very, very naturally tanky. He has very high regen, so adding extra HP regen and giving him some magic resistance on top of that is actually quite good. I like the Aether Lens on him a lot.
Yeah, it makes him tankier, gives him, like you said, the range. I mean, it pretty much makes the Fire Blast back to where it was, but that's fine. I mean, giving some extra room for Ignite is always a good thing, too, just to catch people out. I think, I don't know, after we saw that first game, we were kind of thinking, maybe it's not that good, maybe it's, meh, maybe it's okay. I don't know, I'm still holding out my judgment. I'm reserving my judgment for this next group, maybe just the next couple of games. We'll wait and see. I mean, there's still plenty of heroes that it's good on. Like we talked about, it's not going to be picked up by Earthshaker. Lena is very good on. Quap's probably not going to be picked up for her. Disruptor, you could theoretically pick it up. I don't think that's the best idea. Ags is always really good on that hero, and we saw last game what you could do with it, and Boreal was very comfortable there. But they were playing against it this time. 30 seconds left of reserve time now for not today. We'll see what they grab at the next tick. And it's going to be Shadow Shaman. They buffed him, I believe, by making it 2 hits for your Massive Boards to actually destroy instead of just giving it HP. And they increased Shackle's total damage by 60 at its max level.
Yeah, it's a pretty good buff to the hero considering the fact that he was actually being picked in the last patch towards the end there.
Yep.
A couple of heroes can really profit from that. If they don't actually get popular until the end, then they'll generally get buffed a little bit more as the patch rolls over, and all of a sudden they kind of get pushed into overpowered territory. I think there's another hero that was kind of in that realm, but slipping my memory. But Shadow Shaman was definitely one of them. Now that it takes 2 hits to kill the ward, you can't clear them as well late game. Very common thing that we used to see against like Nether Ward, Tombstone, stuff like that. A carry would jump up and you hit it 3 times and it would die. And now with those extra hits, it's going to make a big difference.
I'm sure I haven't seen a greedy team like this in some time. AM Ember Spirit is. I guess Ember Spirit can participate in fights early. I guess AM can as well. But...
Yeah, and there's a lot of good heroes for him to kill. Disruptor and Shadow Shaman are both going to be pretty low survivability. Obviously, I guess they have pretty good solutions against Ember. Maybe not Disruptor as much, because you can counter Glimpse by throwing down an extra Fire Spirit, but I think Boreal is going to be pretty happy with this. The main reason they picked the AM, though, is because Queen of Pain often does run out of mana, so they have a spell that basically can just one-shot the only major core on Not Today at the moment. And they can deal split pushing. I mean, they do have a Disruptor, though. Disruptor is good against AM, but I think the AM pick as a whole is pretty decent here.
I'm scared because of the amount of disables that Not Today actually has in their team. I mean, it's a considerable amount. Fisher, Enchant, Echo Slam, all the Aftershock stuff. Glimpse, Kinetic Field, Static Storm. You have Hex, Shackles, Serpent Ward Trap, although that doesn't affect AM or Ember Spirit, really. But, I mean, there's some considerable disable on the side of Not Today, which makes me a little frightened for Boreal's lineup, especially in the early game. And if they had gotten Viper, I would have said that's a great lineup for pushing down towers. You could go DK here. He was buffed pretty, I wouldn't say considerably, but he was buffed to a certain degree.
I think you're right. It would be a decent DK game, but the only thing is their laning wouldn't be very good. They've obviously got Lina Ogre support, which I think is great. Ember Spirit, I guess he's not very good against Quap, so but they could aggressively try lane decently with Ogre, Ember, Lina, I think. Juggernaut makes that a lot harder though, because a lot of their potential tri-lane would be magic damage, and with an Ogre setting up into a Lina, he can very often just spin away from that. Doesn't have to worry about that, so I think Jug's a good pick here. Lots of physical damage. He'll be a good solution against Anti-Mage if he does keep his farm up with him. So, Not Today draft is pretty solid here, but they do have the potential to be outlaned in a 1v1 with Earthshaker AM, so they have to make sure that Boreal doesn't get a very good tri-lane. And it's going to be a farming Lina, I guess?
Jeppins is playing the Ogre Magi. He was the offlaner last game.
Okay.
Offlane Ogre is fine, I think.
Yeah, offlane Ogre is pretty good. The only problem with it is that you don't translate into as good of a teamfight hero as a hero like Night Stalker or Clockwork. You're very tanky. You can definitely survive the offlane. You benefit heavily from a couple levels. You can translate those levels into some kills. But once you get 6, you're not nearly as strong as a hero like Clock is. You can't force fights as hard until you get something like a Blink Dagger. And then it's like, well, why would I play Ogre over playing something like Earthshaker or Slardar? Yeah, so we'll see how this turns out with the Ogre, but I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to be amazing just yet.
Well, he's going to be definitely going for the offlane build. He has the Stout Shield that he's picked up. He got pooled a Observer Ward, and he also has Tango Mango in his salve. So he's got more than enough, really, to stay alive in this lane, especially if it's against, actually, with the Jug up here, maybe with a complete tri lane, he'll be in some trouble. But he is tanky. It should be okay. We'll see if there's going to be some extra help mid, like there's been in the past couple of patches. There's no Bane in this game, so that's something interesting. Maybe they'll have to deal with an aggro dual lane coming out. Goody's down here. I think he just wanted to give a tango up to Leo style or something. I'm not sure.
They might go for a first blood here if they can. If they can grab a solo hero, they can disable him for 2.75 and then do a fissure afterwards. So decent chance of killing.
They seem to know. Boreal seems to have an understanding that there are some heroes nearby, and they do not want to go any further in this bottom rune spot. So they'll let the top rune spot go to that of the Kageyama Ember Spirit.
It's just so scary right now. There's so many different places that people can walk, especially in that dire, the Radiant jungle down there. There's so many different places people can hide and stand, and because it's a new patch, they've got to feel it out and they've got to play it a little bit careful because the trends aren't there yet, and it's harder to predict where people are going to be.
The fact that there are 2 staircases on the Radiant side blows my mind. I just can't. I mean, and this one in particular is like you walk up this choke point and you're just dead because there's like enough room for only one person to walk up there.
Yeah, that's balanced around the fact that it is small though, because it's scary to walk up that hill. So
right,
but it's important to have that kind of access. The jungle was a little bit too limited previously, and it made it a little bit too straightforward, maybe to put wards to cover your jungle down. So I kind of like that there's more openings now. I think it's overall better.
Oh,
he threw a stun. I actually don't think that stun's gonna hit. There's no way.
No, it's not. It seems Goody has an understanding that there is a courier going back to base. And they gave a salve up to Kageyama. That's what he bought.
He's got boots too. Will he catch it though?
If he takes the right angle, he's not gonna. He's not gonna get there in time. He ate his way through. It was a good try. He needed to go a little bit earlier, but he saw it just at the tail end. Leo style gets stunned up, I believe, by Ricky Boys, and so he'll back up. And again, the early laning coming out with the mid laner, getting some support from a Lina in this instance. Jeppins is up top. Will skill up his Fire Blast. He's gonna do some right click damage. No Orb Venom, so he doesn't have a little bit of slow and extra damage. They rotate a hero, which is Goody, who was looking for the kill on the courier, but now he's been with Ether Shock, rather. He's done some damage to Kageyama. And so it's just going to be 2 versus 2 for a couple of moments here. They'll probably back away after a little while.
Really don't like this Fire Blast skill build on Ogre Magi for level 1. If you're trading with a support, you throw an Ignite on him, and all of a sudden you do 120 magic damage. Like, why put a skill point in Fire Blast? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this just yet. It'll keep him survivable, I guess. He can outrun the heroes, and maybe that's his goal, but he should have Ignite into Bloodlust, in my opinion. Because he could actually just cast Ignite on this Disruptor and just keep hitting him a bunch and easily trade. He's got 8 armor and 3.5 regen. Like, if you just get a spell on top of the harass, you're going to be in a better place.
Goody was getting chased down, and he somehow denied himself in the meantime. I'm not sure. I didn't see what was happening. LSA's going to go. Leo Style's going to go down. Kageyama will die, or rather die for the first blood, and with his Searing Chains, he'll get the grab. Goody TP's back in a little too late, but he'll get some leashed experience. And that'll be the end of it. Meanwhile, the Earthshaker got zoned out very heavily. He took a lot of damage from the Skywrath Mages. He's back to the hard camp here, and he's going to go ahead and stack it up.
Okay. It actually didn't stack right. It's a 55 stack actually.
Yes. Yeah.
Just a small thing. Somebody actually made an image on Reddit about that. It helped me a lot. I was like, I didn't realize that they're all so different. But that looks like a curse sniper.
Oh, the courier kill is dead. It's gone.
Good thing he didn't miss.
Oh, is he dead? Shackles will come out. No, jumping. He blinks too far, but the last right click. Didn't even need that scream. He just needed the right click. The courier kill and the kill on the hero. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and this is another buff to Shadow Shaman. Clarities now give you 190 mana instead of 170. So despite Shadow Shaman burning through a huge amount of mana pool, he's going to be full as this ends out. Like, it's such a big buff to a lot of roaming supports here. Clarities are so amazing right now.
Yeah, they're good. Not enough for a Mango. Might as well get some Clarities. Only 50 gold apiece. Jeppins did pick up the Orb of Venom, by the way. And, well, he's probably not going to be buying anything anytime soon, with the exception of boots or something for the side shop. Goody's going to wrap around. He doesn't see him roaming up here. His ward is, of course, in the jungle. That's all he sees right now. They'll throw a Thunderstrike. There is level 2 for Jerry. He's holding on to it. Here comes the Shackles. No Ether Shock mana, though. He maybe used used that spell a little too early. The Canadian Field will come out. Here's the spin, and Jeppins is very tanky, but still should fall here. He throws up the Fire Blast. Will not get the kill on Goody. It was a good attempt, but that actually took a lot for not today. They get the kill nonetheless, and well, they trade offlane for offlane as DDX dies to Pizza Dad.
He has been taunted by the Skywrath Mage as well. Got him. I honestly hate this Ogre Magi build, though. I think it's completely wrong. It's so like, if you max the skill out, this is the one that was nerfed heavily. Ignite is far better for damage in the early game, and it gives you way more trading hits. It's not the right item. And
Kageyama will find a kill. He's so low, 22 HP. The Fisher will finally get the kill. Pizza Dad, who loves taunting, will throw up another one. Oh boy. Oh, man. What is it with Canada Cup this season and tilting and just flaming in an all chat? Jesus.
I mean, can you even say that coming from the Radiant team? Don't they taunt all the time?
Yeah, they do. They really do.
I've seen some taunts.
I mean, it's Pizza Dad pretty much who taunts like exclusively, but again, yeah, you're right. God, if he had Fire Blast, or rather not Fire Blast, if he had Ignite in this top lane when he was getting ganked by that Shadow Shaman, he probably kills him if it's like level 2.
Yeah, maybe. They could have done it a little differently. They could have like glimpsed him back instantly or something, but I just hate this skill build. It's so bad. He has 110 magic damage with 2 skill points, and it's a 12-second cooldown until he gets his ult.
And he's got 4 last hits. Weak. He's not doing that much. It's actually surprising the Earthshake is doing less. Benhaz is going to run in and do some right click, but now mid lane's fighting action happening. Fisher comes through. Kageyama is going to back up, and instead top lane, there comes the Dragon Slave. Back up, here we go. Throw up the kinetic field to stop any further aggression, and that'll be it. Ricky Boy's really looking for this LSA, but great salve, and Benhaz will eat his way. Actually run back out. Dragon Slave misses completely. Jared with the Thunderstrike. They have no Glimpse mana up and available, and so Ricky will actually just go ahead and salve himself. And Jeppins will back away with no mana. Here comes the wraparound mid lane, though, and Goody walks right through Pizza Dad. There's the Ether Shock. Now they get the Flame Guard off. They miss the stun into Kageyama. The Searing Chains will go, and the Flame Guard is up, but Goody still doing some work with the Shackles. He'll go down first and foremost, but Kageyama will fall in the end. And then Pizza Dad will go ahead and taunt after. Back to the top lane. There's going to be the Blade Fury going through. Jeppins, a couple more right clicks. He gets the usage of the Mango and the Fire Blast off of Benhaz. Cannot chase any further. Ricky Boyce is completely out of mana. Does not have his Dragon Slave up for another good 10 seconds or so. Jerry will get chased down. And again, if they had Ignite, if they had some sort of slow here, but they get the LSA, that was the mana that he had, but it's just not enough. As good, he's going to walk in. He's got the Shackles, and now they're going to turn this back around. Ricky Boyce only has his right click. The Ether Shock will fly. Benhaz will grab the first kill. Can they get the second? Here comes the X, but Benhaz will walk away. If he had clicked on Ricky Boyce, he would have saw he didn't have any mana. He probably could have right-clicked him down. He was low. He does have a PMS, however. I don't know. He could have gotten that kill.
This guy does not auto-play Ogre. As an Ogre player, this disgusts me. He could have even Bloodlusted the Lina and given him attack speed and damage.
Oh, the Sonic Wave Screamer Pain combo made from Lady style. Jesus.
The tilt will happen now. Ember's going to be upset about that one, for sure.
Yeah, he's only got 19 last hits. I mean, he's actually out last hitting Leo style, but the kills are definitely going in favor of the Guap.
That regen is like game winning too, because now he's basically full mana, full HP. Doesn't have to go back to base. That gets him an extra couple last hits and can finish up his level 7 and further his experience advantage.
Alright, Fisher's gonna go. Soma, well, mid lane, they get the silence off. There's the LSA, there's the Dragon Slave. They don't have the damage. Oh my god, he canceled his blink twice. He's actually trying to tilt them.
Now, Lina messed that up. She should have thrown her stun earlier, because if she lands the nukes while he has the amplification on from the magic damage, they would have killed him there, but he waited too long and it didn't work out.
It's just, you don't want to stack stuns. You don't want to, you know. Or
I mean, you kind of don't want to. You're right about that.
Yes.
if you're getting a 30% damage increase, like, you go for it. You throw the slave at least. That's what he should have done. Throw slave and then set up the light strike array a little bit
It's
later.
just instincts probably sometimes, but maybe you forget about the damage amplification. Either way, that definitely should have been a kill. Benhaz now has his Omni slashing, so Ogre, as takey as he is, if he gets caught up by all three of these heroes, he's dead.
He's so far behind now. He's 7 minutes in. He's a hero that's supposed to dominate his
He's the
lane.
lowest in net worth, dude. He has nothing.
Yeah. He's honestly not playing his hero right. I'm not trying to harp on him too bad, but I really think he's making a huge mistake with his skill build and his play so far. Doesn't even have boots yet. He should be able to bully a disruptor out of the lane and get a kill on him. Like, it's straightforward.
Throw on your ignite, punch him a little bit, easy. Or prevent him
Yeah,
up.
that's literally it.
All you really need to do. Fire Blast will come out. They actually get the silence on Benhaz. They missed the LSA, however. Dragon Slave will connect, but he's going to go ahead and stick up. He doesn't have a healing ward, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, I think he went for a point in stats, which is interesting. That's what we used to see. But he'll live, and he'll back away.
Yeah, he should probably have at least one skill point in it. Could heal him a lot. Oh, top ring.
Kageyama. Oh no, this is not the play. He stays alive with the remnant up, and now Pizza Dab will come through. Gets the silence onto Goody. Here comes Ricky Boys. They are all coming through. They'll bait him up to the high ground, but he gets the kill, and the LSA will miss. The Dragon Slave connects. They need one more right click, but they don't have the ignite to chase him down. Jerry will get fire blasted. Kageyama jumps back in, and finally they get a kill. But here comes DDX. He does have Echo. He's gonna get it on to 3, and the Sonic Wave. What an ultra kill for Leo Style. You could see it coming from a mile away.
He had just enough mana for that one. That was beautiful. It looks so good for Boreal there. The fissure made things a little scary, but that ulti just cleaned up. 7 and 2 now on the Queen of Pain. Power treads are finished. He's got another 1,000 gold in the bank, and he's gonna get a really fast work at this game because of that fight.
Dear Lord. Oh, God. Now it's a 3,000 net worth lead for NoT today. It was looking, like you said, so good. Well, at least a little good. They had one kill. They were probably going to get another one, but the Fisher came through, and Leo Style is now doing pretty well in terms of net worth. He's leading the way. We do have to remember that the entirety of this game is not completely on the Ember and the Ogre top. Soma is down bottom, and he has got an Iron Talon. He's second in net worth. He's got a Perseverance now. I think he doesn't have anything flying out just yet, but he's getting closer to a Battle 3. He has his treads as well, so he's doing okay for himself.
I'm not sure I'm completely sold on an Iron Talon on Anti-Mage here. I thought it was pretty good last game with the Gyrocopter in some ways because it is going to do a lot of damage. If you think about it, it's basically like, we'll see how much damage it does. Look at that. That was like 40% of that is, it does like 400 physical damage every 14 seconds. And you're paying, well, you have to basically carry a Ring of Protection and you have to pay for the like 100 gold recipe. So it's a pretty big damage amp if you're jungling. Like, he wouldn't have been able to kill that camp very fast otherwise. And that part's really good, but he's gonna later have to sell this and buy a new Quelling Blade.
Yeah, because you can't disassemble it, right?
Yeah, you can't disassemble it. He needs it for his Battle Fury, so he's gonna run out of item slots very rapidly here. If he could disassemble it, he can make it into a Basilius and a Quelling Blade and it'd be amazing, but I'm not 100% sold on this.
Then the item would be broken if you could disassemble it.
Yeah, it would be broken then.
I mean, it's already pretty strong right now, but it would be absolutely broken.
I'm interested to see how this item does progress, though. I think it's maybe one of the better items that came with the patch. It's definitely going to be very useful. Look at that. He used it on a catapult as well.
Leo Style getting jumped on here. Remnant will go again. Sleight of Fist. Good Hex. And as well, the War Trap is beautifully done. It's an easy kill on Leo Style. Baits it up. And he gets another regen rune. You've got to be kidding me. And he's rotating. He's going bottom. He's looking for more.
Man, having the Talon is actually so good on Radiant now. Oh, the
Sonic
fight.
Wave comes through. Scream of Pain. Soma was trying to push him back. There's nothing he can do. Oh, dear Lord.
You know, in some ways, the Iron Talon is very similar to what an Aquila provides. It's more physical survivability in the early game. It'll cover you in that way. That's kind of cool.
You don't get the same... With Aquila, you have, obviously... I mean, he's going to build that if he's going to go Blindness, and that's mana regeneration. Mid lane, Kageyama looking for Goody. He wants his revenge here. He's going to remnant it towards the wards, but now they're gone. The Shackles will go through, and the Flame Guard will take him down. All right.
He needed that, man. He's died really so many times. He's got a lot of kills as well, but he keeps just getting slightly outplayed.
6 deaths, my friend. Dear Lord. Well, I mean, we saw what start the Razor had, and he came back, so there's a dream for everyone.
Now, Juggernaut is a hero where I could really... maybe he's got too many early game items, but... It'd be good for him too, the Talon. But maybe he doesn't need it because the physical damage is already so high.
And he bought everything, but this is not unusual. Sometimes you don't buy the Quelling Blade, but if he's going to go Battle Fury, he definitely has to. I mean, you need
Yeah,
it.
good point. Oh yeah, so he probably shouldn't buy it after all, right? Maybe if he doesn't go Battle Fury, you can justify it better. Skip the Poor Man's Shield instead, and go for the Talon instead. That'd probably be good.
I mean, this makes him very effective early game, whether he wants to fight or farm. You have good mana regeneration with Aquila. EMS makes you very difficult to kill with the right clicks.
Yeah.
You already have Blade Fury. I mean, he's pretty much got everything. And he's going to build it to a Battle Fury, and that's going to give him some extra regen and obviously farming ability and speed. But he's getting chased down top. There's going to be a Fire Blast. Jeppin still is... Yeah, I think he's probably like listening to this cast, and he's just like, I'm not... Screw you, Purge. But now bottom lane, someone getting caught out, and there's the Hex up. They got the Shackles as well. Sonic Wave not up, but DDX will just throw up the Fissure. They don't even need any extra damage. They'll get yet another kill. And this time, Soma gets caught out. Now the Remnant forward. Jerry, kill across the board here for mid. If they can get it, that'd be something. But the TP's coming through. Thunderstrike. Benhaz looking for an Omni Slash. He'll Remnant away and make it out. And of course, the last tick of the Omni Slash doesn't get off. Good Searing Chains. No Sonic Wave available for 10 seconds. Blinks up in 1. And he's got it at the ready. He's waiting for the silence to wear off. He'll jump and scream and Pain goes. And he'll get a monster kill spree out of it. 2 dead. Both big cores across the board, and they only get the Disruptor kill out of it. Goody's on the backside. He's looking for Serpent Wings to be placed down, and he sees a couple of heroes behind the tower, and he's going to just drop them right quick. He is in some trouble here. LSA will fly, but here comes the Blade Fury. They drop the wards behind the tower. Ricky's going to get out, but not the Skywrath, who gets blown up. He's so squishy.
Oh, they killed Disruptor?
Yeah, they did. That was the only one. He just got back into the fray.
Oh, he actually got the stun off?
Fire Blast comes in, but not enough. They'll get the Tier 1 tower. This Quap now has her Orchid flying out as we speak. Soma will get some extra farm by cleaning up these Serpent Wards. But they come in. Blink Echo Slam. Soma blinks out just in time. But the Fissure comes through. And the Blade Fury. Another excellent setup from DDX. Despite not getting the anti-mage, he gets the double on a dominating spree.
He's got so much farm already as an offlane hero. He stole the kill on the anti-mage with the Fissure before, and this is why.
Here's the Orchid coming out, and Chant Totem will fly, and the Fissure. They can't afford another death. The Mystic Flare, they get the Static Storm off, but Soma will walk out of it, will glimpse away. Leo style, the Mana Void's not enough. Soma will blink forward, and he won't be able to secure this kill, and he's now in trouble. They'll jump in, and Chant Totem will fly, and he can't get out. The Blade Fury isn't enough. He'll blink out. But the Fissure snipe from DDX, and that was blind. I don't think he had a ward there. Glimpse back into the Skywrath Mage. Pizza Dad, he's not taunting now. He's scared. Jump in, DDX. He's going to get stunned up. There's the Ancient Seal coming through. Benhaz chasing, finally ignited up and slowing him, getting kited away. Another champ flies out. James is tanky. There's the Dragon Slave coming through. DDX still alive. They missed the LSA. The last right click is not there. Ricky Boys cannot chase him down. Great kinetic field. More jumping it from Benhaz, but he can't find it. Here comes Goody looking for a Hex or a Shackle on the backside. Gets LSA in the tree line. That might save him, but no, it's the glimpse back. DDX and Chant Totems right on top of him with 95 HP. It is 21-8. Not today are rolling over Boreal. Here comes the... I don't think he should go for this. He gets the kill, yes, in the Earthshaker, but he is done. The Omni Slash, the Shackles, the Hex. Benhaz gets yet another kill. They are rolling.
That was actually worth it for Ember, because the Earthshaker was on a freaking unstoppable streak. He got 800 gold for that kill, so he did give his opponents a lot, but he also got himself a lot. And he's still pretty low in levels, so the respawn isn't going to be the worst thing in the world. But, man, what a crazy game. Like, DDX played so well up until that moment. And even dying there, it's like, you know what? You got 3 extra kills where you should have died, so the 4th one, I'm gonna let that slide.
Yeah, it's fine. You earned it, bud. You can have that kill. You can have that death. Leo style on the tree line, still within Orc, and maybe looking for the Lena. Soma's coming in as well. I don't know if he knows Ricky Boys is here. They're going to drop an Observer Ward, and now Leo style will just back away. That's a brave courier usage. He's going to send it so they can get his Battle Fury from the side shop, and he's got it now. It's going to be flying towards him. That is a 15-minute Battle Fury for Benhaz with level 11. The Orchid's been done for a while for Leo style. And
he almost got this so early too, but just the last couple of fights haven't gone his way, and he got ganked that one time. And really great sentries here. They block both large camps for him, and really limit the effectiveness of the Iron Talent. They see him though.
Yeah, they see Soma. He's going to blink away. There's the Orchid and the Glimpse back. He's going to get Static Stormed as well, and this is just a dead anti-mage. Almost certainly. Yep, there it is.
What a value kill. They didn't have to spend anything from Quap to get that.
Ooh, Ember got the kill on the top lane, however, on the Shadow Chain. Down bottom, Ricky Boys will miss up the LSA. Thunderstrike, there's the Laguna, but the Echo Sled comes in onto 2 again. And Jetpins can only sit and watch. He'll Fire Blast, get the multicast off. Mystic Flare, he almost walked back into it. Pizza Dad's still taunting at this point, doesn't really care. But they're about to go 0-3 in Canada Cup Season 6. As Leo style will hit up Godlike. And he might have hit that record, or at least very close to it. Actually, I think it's past 50 minutes, so it's not going to count. But he's in one of the top in kills at this point in time in a Dota game.
They're just getting very limited now. They have an offlane Ogre Magi that has a terrible skill build and went 0-6-2. Like, he does nothing now. He's getting multicast, like 2 times multicast, and you're like, okay, you got a little bit lucky there, but it still does nothing. Like, the value of Ogre Magi in the early game is absolutely not Fire Blast damage. It's the stun and a little bit of the damage. Ignite is really where you get your DPS out of the hero, and you have to leverage... You have to punish your supports. You have to punish their supports. And if you don't do that, you have a terrible hero. If he was a Clockwork that was equally as farmed, he'd do so much more now than this Ogre is doing. Like, yeah, you've got Bloodlust, but there's so much damage on the enemy team, they're just killing your chorus, like this.
Yeah, and he's dead again. And he had a ward too as well. They almost saw him walking in. Jerry will take the Mystic Flare, but he actually gets off the Glimmer Cape. The Ancient Seal will not do enough down bottom. On the other side, Benhaz and Soma are going to go toe-to-toe, but forget that. Back to mid where they have a great Observer Ward on Ricky. They'll glimpse back someone. That's Jeffins again. He actually gets caught by the Kinetic Field, and DDX does not have the Echo Slam to go for it. And they actually will see someone walking uphill. DDX is going to be right next to him. Chant Totem will go. He walks into this. He has the Mana Void, so he needs to be careful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And then someone will blink out.
Oh,
They smoked.
Okay.
I don't think the ward saw that.
They pinged. They must have saw.
Yeah, they saw it. The siege creep. They smoked on top of the siege creep, dude.
Oh, you're right. They did. Yeah.
Goody's
Okay.
like, I'll just take your tower top. That's fine.
Oh, Goody's playing this very well. If you get farmed on a Shadow Shaman, this is exactly what you do. You actually stop showing up to fights and you do more split pushing. Nuke waves out, and then when you get to a tower, you drop the wards.
Someone's gonna get Orchid.
They
They actually can't chase him down. That should have been another kill, but they were a little too far behind. The Fisher did not connect, and it was a little bit poor. But, I mean, look how far ahead they are. 15,000 net worth at 18 minutes and 45 seconds.
He doesn't have Battle Fury yet, even still. He bought so many items that delays him. The Iron Talon and the Ring of Protection. He shouldn't have bought the Iron Talon, I think. It definitely hurt him. And it really hurt him when they started blocking the camps. That's one big counter to the item. Block neutral camps so that they can't use this leverage to like accelerate you against neutrals.
Ricky
Another
Boy's
kill in the safe lane.
Caught out. Yeah, he's done so. And that's Leo's style again. Getting very farmed. That's a full BKB for him. Down mid, Kageyama actually had to buy a Blink Dagger. And they're up into the enemy jungle. I don't really think this is going to matter. There's nobody here except for Benhaz. If they can kill Benhaz, sure, that's fine. But instead, they're going to find DDX. The Ancient Seal him. There's going to be Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. But the Omni Slash kills Pizza Dad, as well as the leader. DDX, Echo Slam off. Now Kageyama gets blown up by Sonic Wave and a Fisher. That's 4 dead across the map. And now top Soma is the only one alive. He finally gets his Battle Fury. But this will be a Tier 2 tower. That's the last Tier 2 of this game for the Radiant squad.
Now today is just completely outplaying Boreal now. Like, DDX didn't even use his Glimmer Cape there and he still survived. They're just so far ahead. They have all the counters. They've got a BKB now on their Quap. He can do the most aggressive diving thing ever. Like, he got BKB and Orchid before Anti-Mage even has Battle Fury.
He could
Well,
go
he's
right.
got Battle Fury now, but...
If he had a Sonic Wave, oh god. If he had Aghanim Scepter, he might even get that next. Look at this creep cutting though from Soma.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean that'll do some work.
His Iron Talon's pretty much a waste now. It only gives him the 40% bonus and 2 armor. Because he's got Battle Fury. And that actually does more than the Iron Talon does. It's time to sell it.
Yeah, he'll sell it eventually.
Oh.
And he found the courier with the, I believe,
the luckiest blink ever. He actually blinked right into the courier unintentionally.
Uh-oh. What was that? He orchid at somebody. He orchid at Kageyama. He actually remedied it out somehow.
No, he blinked.
He blinked away, you're right. My bad. Thunderstrike came through. Pizza Dad getting chased. He's very squishy and he'll die after dropping up the Mystic Flare. Kageyama hexed up. There's the Shackles, and I think you are dead, my friend. Omni Slash is not available. Actually gets the Searing Chains off. The Scream doesn't hit, but the Fisher will. And Soma will continue to split push. Oh, more pausing. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, this is one of those.
Is this an unpause? This is a BM unpause from Boreal? It is. Wow. My god. Salt.
Misclick. Totally.
Definitely misclicking.
He's misclicking repeatedly on his F9 key. Oops, I pressed my F9 key 85 times in a row. My bad. Nah, I'm kidding. It's possible that you put it on something that's
not
more...
twice. No, I don't think so. He resumed 2. I just feel like they're really upset. I would be too. This game is devastating. I mean, they have comeback potential. They have really good late game heroes,
Dire's top tower is
but they're
under
so
attack.
far behind that it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
They're the kind of late game heroes that need the game to not. They basically they can't even delay the game. They have to have the game in a decent place and then stretch it out a little bit and get to like 60 minutes. But NoT today has all heroes that are very, very strong right now. They have a huge gold advantage. They have huge split push. They have great disables. They've got all the solutions.
I mean, at this point, if you kill Soma and he's not cutting your creep wave,
Dire's middle
I mean,
tower
it's
is
open.
under
Or you
attack.
just keep like 2 or 3 waves pushed out, and then you're fine, right? Then you can just push down the tier 3 tower. I mean, there's nothing they can. This Pizza Dad Skywrath Mage is really only a walking silence. His Mystic Flare does nothing at level 1 against these heroes. The Ogre Magi, we've talked about him at length. He's just a tanky frontliner with a good stun.
He is going for that new item, but this is
God.
not the solution, man.
There's the Aether. Good, he has an Aether lens.
So does Ogre Magi. Does that make it any difference?
No, not really.
He's going to be really mana starved with this. I don't know if I like the Aether Lens on Shadow Shaman. I think that's just one hero where you can't do it. Well, he might get a solo kill.
Is under attack.
no, he's
Oh, God. Someone's like, well, he just dropped wards. We're good, guys. Let's push top. They're actually... Oh, they're all bottom. Jeppets is caught. And there's the Omni Slash. He literally stood still.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Out mid lane. Kageyama and Goody. Goody's like, I need to get out with the Flame Guard. He could have blinked away if the Flame Guard wasn't up. Nice kill. But bottom lane is getting taken, and they're going to try to trade here for this tier 3. Static Storm will go. Kageyama can walk out of this. Actually, really can't. Jump Echo Slam. Soma gets dunked on, baby. And Kageyama will fall again. 4 down again. They'll buy back on the Ember Spirit. It's just too late at this point. Benhaz, I can't see him at all.
He's
Do you see this? He's swimming in the ground at this point. Oh, God. That's nightmare fuel. Orchid will come out. Kageyama's getting chased down. Is he dead? Yeah, oh, he's dead with the Sonic Wave.
I saw this bug the other day with a different hero.
That looks so odd. His like sword is sticking out in front, and I think they're getting this bug too. It's pretty funny. I'll have to ask them after this. I'll have to ask Goody.
His model is rotated 90 degrees. Yeah, there we go. Have I mentioned I absolutely hate this Ogre's build?
I don't know. You might have talked about it once or twice, but I can't remember.
Like, you put 2 points in Bloodlust and he didn't cast a spell, and then he's now maxing out Ignite. It's like, if you're going to start off with a Bloodlust, you might as well freaking get 1 Ignite and max Bloodlust. Like, that kind of makes sense, but grabbing 2 Bloodlust in the laning stage to never use it because it's too mana efficient.
I mean, he's dead
Like,
right now. He's going to pay for his sins more than likely. I can't even click on this freaking Juggernaut, dude. Like, what the hell?
Like, Aether Lens is not the item you rush on Ogre. You need either a mobility or survivability item, and then you transition into an Eggs. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Bloodstone Ags.
Bloodstone is actually something that works after Eggs, because you actually do need a lot of mana, but it's very rare that an Ogre would get to that place.
There's a build that I really liked last patch, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. Ooh, Kageyama, nice play. Vermintid back. Ancient Seal will go on to Leo style. He doesn't have the Aegis, though. The Omni Slash will clean house. Gets 2 kills, almost gets 3, and now he's back to normal. All it took is for him to jump across the map a couple of times, and glimpse back into Kageyama. He's going to get caught. There's the Orchid, the Scream of Pain. He does have the Flame Guard on, so he's at least mitigating some of this damage. However, the Hex will go with Goody having the Aether Lens. He blinked in, and just at the tail end of it, I mean, that's it. We haven't seen a team get dominated so hard since yesterday.
Middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, that was pretty one-sided. NoT today played this really well, and Boreal gets completely shut down here. Even going so far as to pause the game and disconnect.
That's some tilting. That's some classic grade A tilting.
I wouldn't call that tilt. I'd call that being immature.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
We call it
attack.
tilting.
Radiant's
Then
middle
come on now.
barracks has
I
Or did it
actually
auto?
have no idea.
Does it auto-pause anymore when somebody disconnects? Or does it not do that? I don't
It does. I
remember.
think they unpaused it, though.
Okay, maybe that's all it was then. Never mind.
Where'd that
I
go?
flamed too hard. My bad.
Why are they... The GG got canceled? What? The GG definitely got canceled. They're like, we're not done yet.
Alright, I take back my take back. Immaturity.
Come on. Just like end the game. Christ. Well, Jerry. That's not a question mark. No, stop it. No. No question marks,
I
Pimp.
tried to make it a reverse dollar sign. That would have been cool.
Well, I mean, what else can you say, right? That's just That's it.
Weird picks, bad skill builds, and they just got outkilled, basically. Ember Spirit got wrecked in the mid lane, and the supports never really stabilized, and their offlane Ogre contributes nothing in the mid game if he doesn't do well, and then super one-sided game.
Not today looking like the real deal here. They're sitting at 2-0 currently. And it could be them and Shazam in the playoffs, of course, if, excuse me, that team name, I can't, Slayer of the Gods. You've heard of them. If they do beat Not Today in this next series, we'll have another three-way tie, so that'll be a bit interesting. So we're going to talk about this game in just a second. We're going to get to the post-game show. Make sure you guys check out our sponsors, Twitch, of course, Dota2Canada, as well as SteelSeries. This is moonducktv. You can find us at moonducktv on Twitter and moonducktv on Twitch, where you can go ahead and subscribe and get the great Moonduck Hippo emote. With that, we'll be right back with some giveaways and the post-game report. Stick around, guys.